Recording from Cincinnati, Ohio, my name is Austin Fluman. With me as always,
Anthony Gorman.
And this is the P-Funk and Fro Show, your weekly podcast for adventures, cool stories, and interesting people. This week's guest is Eric Stockler.
Yeah, Eric Stockler. Found him on Reddit, or he found us, or whatever.
You posted and he responded.
Talked about his musical abilities in his past.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very introspective.
Right. Yes, that's true. So we got into like life shit like usual. Just like what he would like to do with his musical talents and other things that kind of relate to performing.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a introspective at times podcast.
Yeah, it was very fun. Very fun. I loved Eric as a guest.
Yeah.
Love to have him back. If you guys like the episode, if you like P-Funk and Fro Facebook group, it's facebook.com/group/P-Funk and Fro. New episodes every Friday on iTunes and other podcast services. This is episode 54. We hope you guys enjoy the episode.
So Eric, how's it going?
It's going pretty well.
That's good.
Isn't it interesting saying how's it going after we've already been talking for
I mean, yeah,
45 minutes?
It's kind of weird just considering that we've been talking. Yeah, like you said, we've been talking for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? We just met.
All of a sudden, Eric turns into a character. No,
Yes.
I'm just kidding. We actually, so Eric, I will preface this next statement with this, that you are our second guest from Reddit.
Really? Who was that? I'm interested about the first.
Yeah,
Like,
the
what if
first
it
one
went
was-
terribly? Yeah. What if it went great? What if it was just like so bland and boring that it doesn't like?
No,
Did
our
it
first
come
guest
up
was
to the
actually
second guest? Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually had a background in podcasting himself, so we were like,
Really?
oh crap, like
Yeah,
that's so
yeah.
good.
Everybody knows someone who did a podcast. I know
Yep.
two people who tried to do
really?
a podcast, and
Yeah.
it was like, okay, so I have a friend who's like, he's really smart, really cool dude. He's also a musician, and he did this podcast, one episode with a guy I work with. We both worked with,
Yeah.
And the dude that I work with, he's a nice guy, and he has got some good ideas, but he's kind of just. He's one of those people that make himself sound smarter than he really is. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Do you know what that kind of person?
Yes.
So
That'll be
I know exactly what
he was just kind of like doing that on the podcast. Meanwhile, my friend was making really good thoughts and valid points about a lot of things. And I was like, well, what he's saying doesn't make any sense.
Right.
It's kind of stupid. Just kind of.
Yeah, and
I know
if
what you
people are
mean.
like Googling it on their phones or something like that while they're listening, like this guy is,
Like,
then
what is he talking about?
You start losing all credibility.
Right.
So he was like, it's not working out.
He just cut it off. He just kind of ghosted him.
We did have
Well,
some.
no,
like,
they still work together because I used to work there too. It was at Penn Station.
Oh wait, okay. So I
Where
thought you meant he kicked him off the podcast.
Oh, I mean, he doesn't do it anymore. They just did it together.
just-
Oh,
It was
okay.
the dude's idea, and that's
Interesting.
that was it. They didn't want. He made my friend made the music for it. It was actually a really good intro. It was actually a really good intro for his podcast.
Wow.
But so anyway, I mean, you came from Reddit answering our like broad call
Yes.
for like guests, and you were like pretty
Gung-ho.
you just seemed like very excited about it from the get go. So I was like, yes,
Really?
yeah.
Because I really wasn't.
You really?
Honestly.
Well, you come across on the internet like
I
you
was
were.
excited after I got a message back about it.
Okay,
I see.
okay.
Well, what did I say? What was the first thing I said? It was like, would you be interested in an unknown musician or something like that?
Oh,
That's true. I guess it didn't
Someone
start
who
something.
doesn't even like perform really.
Right.
Yet.
The yet is the important part.
And I was like,
Yeah.
Did you
So
kind of
then-
just like reply not thinking that you would get a response back?
Yeah. What was that?
Or like what was your thought process?
I don't remember exactly. I just wasn't. I was like, well, they're just some dudes trying to do a podcast, and they probably don't have anybody listening to them. But no offense. I just kind of was like, it probably because like
Is that why you
like I
asked?
said, everybody knows somebody who's done like a podcast because
exactly.
it's easily accessible. It's easy thing to do. Everybody who's made at least one YouTube video.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And not
My
everybody's
favorite thing to search is like my first YouTube video.
Oh
Just
yeah.
Commence the cringes.
right. Yeah. So. But it seems like you guys got something good here. Honestly, I listened to
Awesome.
I listened to like 10 minutes of one of your podcasts.
Okay.
Like when I first got the message back, and it was I can't remember anything about it. I just
That's
remember
okay.
it sounded
That's all right.
sounded professional. You had like an entrepreneur or something on there.
Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was when Nick
I was
came
like, oh, cool. He's got some like advice for people, and
Yeah.
We have a message.
I'm I'm not super into entrepreneurship, but like I feel like that's what I'm like born to do. If that makes sense.
That's
like,
interesting.
Because I've always sold stuff. I used to sell stuff on Craigslist, eBay. I sell music stuff on Reverb.com,
Yeah.
the music website.
Just like you post
all
your
the
music
time.
on there and you can sell it.
Stuff I just don't need, but I'm really good at negotiating and have impeccable customer service.
That's good. Well, dang.
One time,
You're selling me right now.
actually, I bought something from Chicago Music Exchange via Reverb, and just last week, it was $19.99, free shipping, and they had put like accepted offers.
Yeah,
and I thought it was so funny. I put in an offer for $19.98.
Yeah,
with the message, "Did you laugh at my offer?" It was like, yeah, it was hilarious.
Oh, wow.
And
so
then
they posted it for $19.99.
on the feedback, they said class act, strongly recommend.
Wow,
That's
nice.
a class act. See, I'm a class act.
You're really selling yourself right now.
Really?
Yes.
Am I?
I want to buy things from you right now.
I don't want to sell anything. That's the thing. It's like
This
that's
is interesting to me.
That's what I'm good at, but it's not what I'm like. I want to be a musician.
So, like, you think like sales in general, but do you think you can like translate that to selling your music?
Selling music is a lot different than selling anything else. You know what I mean? You're selling entertainment is different than selling a product. And same with selling a service. You know what I mean?
Right.
You kind of... Doesn't matter how much marketing you do. It doesn't matter how much you throw it in people's faces, how awesome you are,
right.
or it is, or
Yeah.
good of a job you do. It's kind of just... with music or any entertainment, you have to prove yourself. You have to perform. You can't sell your music until there's an outlet for people to hear you.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's why a lot of people they think that since we're in a digital age now, that they can just create all this music and sell it.
And just pump it out.
You really have to build that fan base first.
It's not
Otherwise,
as easy as
just
people make
sees
it
you as
think.
another musician.
So, would it be like? Okay, so I think we were talking earlier about you getting into music, and would you want to do something like solo or like with a band, like just to build your base up?
Definitely. What I want to do is write all the music or most of it.
Okay.
Record it myself, and I would like to put it out there, on Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever I can put it out, anywhere. It doesn't matter really, and find other musicians that are cool, get along with, good musicians that can play, that can perform the stuff that really into what you're doing.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Would it be kind of like your resume, like just so other people be like, oh, that guy seems cool and he plays really good, things that we're looking for?
Yeah.
Something like that? Or
Kinda.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm not
however
really, like,
it
musically
works.
inclined.
It's nothing specific,
Okay,
really.
gotcha.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I'm
Right.
going to try anybody because I don't really have... Beggars can't be choosers.
Right, exactly. Right.
You
Yeah, I
can't
totally
just-
vibe with what you're saying. Yeah.
I tried to put an ad on Craigslist. Don't ever do that for musicians.
Oh,
Everyone
no.
sucks.
So
Everyone sucks.
I didn't put an ad out looking for someone, but I responded to an ad of someone looking for a drummer once, and that actually it resulted in a really awesome jam session, and everybody vibed really well. But people always have these thoughts like, I'm going to start another band and I'm going to get this project rolling. It's going to be big
Goes a
and
different
great.
direction.
how did that?
And it doesn't or they just they're like, I got to do other stuff right now. Like, I don't have time for this. And it just kind of fell apart really quickly.
Oh, okay.
That happens a lot with any startup anywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so things are very fragile in the beginning, but once you have a jumping off point and you get going and it's promising, people stick around because they want to. Because hey, we're getting gigs, people like us, and that's across any
piece of
the spectrum
entertainment.
of life,
Yeah.
anything.
Very true. Yeah, it's kind of like how the podcast is, right?
Yeah.
So when we started, it's like blah blah blah. Just we're starting a podcast. Oh, this is cool.
We're kind of
support
like
you just
winging
'cause-
it, just having fun.
Yeah, but now it's been a year. I feel like it's a lot easier to sell it because you can say I've stuck around for a year.
How do you market it? Like, how do you?
We market it very little, so
Well, we're
that's
starting.
something that we're starting to market it a little bit more. So typically, it's just we put it on Facebook.
I mean, you went to Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
part of,
I mean,
like-
there's a lot of people on the Cincinnati Reddit, so
Right. That's kind of like part of our new initiative to start reaching a wider audience.
reaching out. Do you put this on YouTube?
We had actually 5 video episodes, but video editing was a lot. It was a big time commitment.
I didn't think you would need to video edit. You just have a blank screen and audio.
We could do that.
Which I know doesn't make sense for YouTube, but it's like it's just another platform.
Another
you know
platform,
what I mean?
yeah. I thought
That's
about
true.
doing that, but like
maybe our logo and then just like a static logo. Is that what you're saying?
yeah. I guess I just
I don't know. I was just wondering how you
Yeah.
Right.
plan on getting more viewers
Yeah.
or listeners or whatever.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Just curious. I'm just
Right.
curious. We're talking about like how we're like your game plan for the podcast on the podcast.
We did that a lot last week.
Yeah, we
And
kind of did.
That's the podcast.
Yeah, the podcast is about
How
the
are we going to
podcast.
get more folks to listen?
That's,
Yeah.
that's exactly right, yeah.
But yeah, we're starting in
By
the
talking about
beginning.
how we're going to get more folks to listen. How are we going to do it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the goal.
But we're going to like a podcast meetup that the other Redditor that came on earlier told us about. So
Yeah.
probably get some ideas from there. There's some people on there that are either starting or didn't you say there was one gentleman that talks about how to make a successful podcast?
Yeah, so the Cincinnati podcast, like whatever, they have a Facebook group, and there's a lot of people into that podcast and have meetups in Cincinnati every month. And one of the guys actually has a podcast about making a living podcasting.
Right, yeah.
He's
Really?
actually who organizes it.
Really?
So I'm
Is that
very
like
much
That's his main source of income or just
Yeah.
really? Wow.
yeah. He actually does
Get
make a living.
sponsors. I'm sure you have to. Wow.
Yeah.
You got to have multiple avenues of income, right? If you do it that way.
So what would you say your best shot to get like to being paid to play music?
To play music?
Yeah.
Really just playing gigs. I mean, nobody started making money just making music and recording it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Unless you go to college for music,
Okay.
or you just get really lucky and you're so good at an instrument
Okay.
that like artists that you can find bands that are like, well, we don't have a guitarist and we don't really use one, but for this one song we want a part that's like real complicated
Yeah.
or whatever.
Interesting.
Oh, and you start shredding.
Specializations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Studio musicians that
Okay.
really only work in the studio, don't really play out. That's not super common.
Yeah.
But my route is like, it's going to require me to perform, and I really want to perform. That's
Like
the-
in front of live
that's
audiences?
That's the whole point. That's nobody just wants to write music.
Right.
They want to write it and perform it. That's like
Okay.
kind of the whole point. You want to move people, and you want to see it happen. Kind of like comedy. You want to see the reaction, and you want them to feel what you're feeling and portray
It's like an example of what you're feeling. Yeah.
a feeling and what you're with music. You know, Hans Zimmer said, and I saw it in like a YouTube advertisement. Hans Zimmer was in it. He was like, "You in music, it's kind of like having a conversation," and it's like that's accurate. It's just another form of communication, like birds chirping, music, or talking.
Yeah.
Huh.
Not to mention, like verbal language is only like 20% of like language.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
'cause there's,
a
like,
lot
body
of it is
movement.
body language.
Yeah.
Is what texting's. Kind
Yeah, I was going to say, that's
Yeah.
why texting
I
is-
used, we always used to text like a whole conversation. Hour is just
Yeah.
stupid.
But we have emoticons.
yeah,
right?
we can portray emotions like that.
Yeah,
We can-
smiling.
there's shrug.
Yeah.
No, you can't. Like, it's still like barely meets the margin. That's a
So-
whole nother conversation, though.
So I'm pretty like not into music, like how it like it gets developed. So this is kind of interesting to me. So would you like kind of record something that you play and like in order to get yourself out there to start playing in front of people, would you like give that to like bars or something and be like, hey, I can do this for you for even free just to like start playing in front of people? Is that something? Is it like that?
Well,
is
how
that
people
hard that you want to
usually-
play in front of people?
Kinda. I
Okay.
mean, how it works really is most people have stuff recorded. You send the manager of a bar or a restaurant or wherever a recording of your music. And if it fits their setting and what they're looking for,
Yeah. Yeah.
then
Got
they'll
it.
be like, yeah, you can come play here. Totally.
Okay.
And I don't have a band to play with right now.
Okay.
But like I told you guys earlier, and we'll get this in the podcast soon, I'm sure. But a friend of mine, and her stage name is Zela, Xzela. Pretty cool name, I think.
Okay.
She wants me to be, a drummer for her and perform with her. So that's kind of like where I start building.
I see.
A
fan base? Like
not a fan base.
or recognition,
Experience with
maybe?
people, or-
What's the word I'm looking for? Experience, stage
Okay,
time.
okay.
You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't performed really with anybody. I've done open mics and they're okay. But the music that I make is drums, guitar, bass, and I mean I'm getting into synth and whatnot.
Okay.
The song I'm gonna show you on this podcast is is it's going to have synth and all that stuff. So it wouldn't make sense. It's not something you can just like loop, you know?
Yeah.
Just can't really do it on your own. I could write some stuff like that, but it wouldn't be as, wouldn't be as enticing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
It wouldn't be like what's actually inside of you. Like you would be doing
not
it just...
necessarily. I mean, kinda, because that's not what I'm going for. Although I've thought about it because there's two different artists. One I've seen live and one I haven't, but I really want to, that do this, and they only play alone and they loop everything. And they're so talented. They're so good at looping and knowing where to stop the loop and where to start it again. It's really hard.
So for the uninitiated, how would you explain looping? Just for like the non-musicians in the audience.
Okay, so looping is, so let's say you have a loop pedal. So you have a loop pedal, you play something, and then you click it right after you play it. Mm-hmm. Right when you start, right when you stop, so that the timing is right. Mm-hmm. So that it just plays that over and over again.
Got it.
A series of phrases or
like
whatever
repeat,
you play.
kinda.
Yeah, on repeat. Okay. And then you play over it. You play something over it. And most loopers have the option to overdub, and you can play something over that. And what these people will do is they have electric drum kits, or not even electric drum kits like with sticks, but those drum pads that you just use your fingers to trigger it. And then you loop drum beats, and you have guitar that you loop or synth that you loop, and you just play leads on top of it and sing. And it's just...
Wow, that's awesome.
Is it like a one-man show?
Yeah, it's one person looping all the different instruments and then singing.
There's this girl from Australia, and she did a TED Talk, actually, about getting into music and stuff. And her name is Tasha Sultana, I think is how you pronounce the last name.
Okay.
And she's an amazing singer, just crazy good at guitar and all that stuff. And she does all that on her own, and she would just street perform eventually.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's like on...
that's
you heard of Triple J? Been on Triple J.
Is it like a music label, or is it a YouTube channel? Or
it's like I think it's like satellite radio. Okay. They have bands on there. There's a bunch of those.
Okay, gotcha.
A bunch of big artists go on there.
Wow. Okay.
So now, what is she like? Have her like thing going on? Or?
I mean, she's getting pretty big, and I'm just saying, like, she's good.
Yeah.
As someone who just loops stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I've seen with a lot of different things. Is like you just, as long as you're doing something, that's good. Like as long as you're doing something to work towards your goal, then eventually after you put in a lot of time, it seems like you're going to get at least some kind of result, like what she did and like what you were doing right now. So,
I mean, if you just keep trying, if you're good, you'll get somewhere. If you're not, you won't. And if you're not getting anywhere after X amount of time, anywhere at all, I don't mean where you want to be or where you hope to be. I mean,
maybe reevaluate.
Reevaluate. Maybe that's not for you. I mean, but I think I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah.
I think starting to. So, because I mean, I just started writing and recording for the past like 2 years now. Maybe not even 2 years. I'm getting pretty good for that amount of time.
Yeah.
And now, Zila's asking me to play with her, and seems like a good place to start. Like, get started performing and whatnot, getting used to playing on stage and whatnot. You know, I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you're doing, as long as you're doing something.
Yeah, and you're meeting people, making contacts. And you can.
But for a while, I've just been recording in my studio and writing.
It sounds like a lot of people that have like great success is they just keep hammering at it, and they're just basically poised for the opportunity to actually shine.
Yeah.
So like if you just keep going at it, I guess.
Exactly.
But that makes sense. Yeah. Some of it's a little bit of luck and networking, things like that.
Yeah, networking's huge. Like that's just really cool. Knowing the right person
is really hard, especially
right.
Especially with people. So I went to one of her shows, Zila.
Oh, really?
Cool. A friend, and it was at Motor Pub, and it was really cool. And these two guys, Ethan and Joey, they're a guitar duo, and they're super nice guys. Totally cool to chill with. We chilled with them, before the show, a little bit after the show, and super cool guys. Are really good at
improving.
Not improv, like they wrote songs.
Gotcha.
I'm sure there were some solos in there. Can't really remember that well, but
yeah,
anyways, to the networking part, we talked about, what I do in music and what I try to do, what I'm trying to accomplish. And they were like, yeah, send me some stuff. I know a guy who's doing something similar to you, always looking for guys to play. And
yeah.
I did.
Cool.
He gave me his number. I sent him this song that, I'm about to showcase on here.
Yeah.
And I never got anything back. And
Okay.
I don't blame those people because you don't really know what's going on in their life.
Right.
I'm not like, thanks, asshole. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it's cool. But like that's kind of how it is with like network in any aspect of life.
You just gotta keep going.
True. Yeah, because they're looking for
It's
a product
hard. It's
they
hard
can
to
sell
find
too.
people who are like really gonna be there for you or like.
You're right, yeah. In music, in life, and your friendships and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Exactly.
Yep.
Just keep on chugging.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think at that point we're gonna take a break here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Thanks
think
for sharing your music background with us.
yeah, and I think we'll probably use your song for the intermission.
That'd be great.
Cool.
Actually.
Yeah, I was wondering.
That'd
I
be
was like,
cool.
should I plug
It's-
Mitch here or not?
Or I'm going to preface it by saying I don't have any songs that are like 100% done.
That
This
sounds
is like
just
the,
like
as
what we do.
Yeah.
right. It's everything, and I'm trying to do the vocals for it and sing on it.
Nice.
It just needs more mixing, and I think you'll enjoy it.
And welcome back. I hope everybody enjoyed that song by Eric.
I
Gave
sure
us a little
did.
sample.
I forgot to tell everybody to listen with headphones.
Yeah, I
Pause
think
this, go back and listen with headphones. Please.
It sounded good here.
I'd
We
prefer
listened-
it if you did.
Yeah, you can hear all the intricacies that way.
Yeah, definitely.
The
And
intricacies.
Austin has some Bose speakers here, and I definitely heard like the high end. It sounded good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, remember that like the first time I sent it to you to put it up and it sounded all weird?
Yeah, so,
Garbly.
I thought your
bad.
speakers were just that shitty.
Yeah.
I didn't see the speakers.
Well,
I
you-
thought it was just your computer. Like, that looks nice. Is it really that bad?
Nah.
Well, you low
It was just nice
You were
to-
like, "Can you like? Do you not have like studio monitors?" And I was like, "No, dude, I paid for these
They're right
speakers."
there,
Yeah.
you idiot. You stupid. They're right
Yeah,
there.
So word
Yeah.
of the wise, if you send video or audio over text, then
Stop doing that.
right, yeah, because it basically compresses
I
everything
was
and it
doing
just
that the
sounds
whole time. I
garbled.
didn't know that. I had no idea.
Well,
okay.
I mean, at least
We all
stopped
can
it right
grow
now.
together.
What's really peculiar though is like it sounds like shit when you do that. When
Yeah.
you send it that way, but I've sent it to a couple people and they'll tell me that was really good, Eric.
Well,
Wow.
let me ask you
Now
this:
you might-
you
Have
don't even know.
Right,
You don't
yeah,
even
yeah.
know. You didn't even hear.
They
it.
might get blown
I didn't-
away.
I didn't even know.
right.
are one of those people your mom?
Oh yeah, it sounds
I mean,
great,
it
Eric.
made its way to my mom via
yeah.
my sister. I sent it to my sister.
Yeah.
She's like, "Send me something you've been working on." I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
yeah. We
I'm
got
like,
to.
all right.
Gotta have
That's
something
cool.
prepared. It's so easy to send it through text, though.
His family always wants to support you, even though you're awful.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
Not
that,
that
I
I'm
was like,
awful.
wait, oh, that's
Not that
good.
I'm awful.
But then you said
Not
awful.
that I'm awful.
Yeah,
It's
no,
more
I
like-
would definitely not say that you're awful
No.
No, I'm not saying. I meant like.
based on that one
Okay,
song
so you know
sent
how
me.
like even the ugliest of children, their parents will say, "You're such a handsome young man."
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah,
I mean.
yeah.
They will, no matter how terrible you are.
Yeah,
as a
because I mean,
person,
I don't
how you
know.
look,
I don't
what you
personally
do.
know what it's like being terrible
Your
looking.
parents
but
will tell you, like, you're better than you know what I mean. They're not
I know what you
realistic.
mean. They always
That's
Well,
support
what
that's
I mean.
because they love you.
I know it.
Yeah, it's fair, but it's almost worse because like
don't
you know
know.
you know you unless you're stupid.
Yeah.
Because some people are like really stupid, but they think they're smart. I personally don't. I think everybody's stupid, just different levels of
Do you
stupid.
think? All right.
No.
So, what level of stupid are you at?
I don't know.
Oh, you haven't assessed
It's easier
yourself?
looking outside in than inside in.
Yeah.
That's
Somebody,
outside in,
you
yeah.
have to be the judge. What do you think?
What do I think?
don't know.
What level of stupid? I mean, what's a 10?
I don't go by that. I go
Oh.
by really dumb, dumb, and like only kind of dumb. There's no smart.
That's it.
Nobody's
That's everybody.
smart.
Those are your
There's
expectations?
only like a handful of people who are actually smart. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson, Stephen
Yeah.
Hawking, smart. There's only a handful of those guys.
That's it.
Girls,
Hawkins.
whatever.
It's good
yeah.
that you threw girls.
Dawkins.
In it.
You know what I mean?
Anyway, what started you down this path of writing off the human race.
Writing the human race. Just, I don't know. Pay attention.
I see. I understand.
I don't know.
Do you think everybody's just like faking?
No, not really. I'm very What do you mean by faking? Like do you mean people are fake?
Like faking, like, so a lot of people that have confidence that are in high positions are actually just incompetent.
Yes.
Is that kind of what you're saying? So like even people that people respect and they're so smart and they're this and that. Are you saying like deep down inside they're really just like dum-dums like everybody else? Like, is it to bring everybody down to like reality?
This is something I'd have to think about.
I see.
Yeah, sir.
You better consider it.
Yeah. Right.
Like just people and their opinions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, would you say like you're pretty convicted in your opinions, or are they still like forming?
Like basically, if I'm open to new information, and if someone can prove me wrong, then
there it is.
That's good.
There it is. If you could back that up with facts and like examples and sources and whatnot, like if you can back up what you're saying,
right,
instead of just like shooting the shit,
yeah,
you know what I mean, or how you're even how you're feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, completely. I think what you were trying to say is like a lot of people are really competent, and people assume that because you're confident that you're competent, but that's not necessarily the case.
Yeah,
that's not really. That's kind of out of the ballpark of what I'm like was trying to say.
Got you.
But like that's a good point actually, because like there's this dude. Okay, so my boss. Okay, my current boss I just started at. Okay, so I met him through a guy my dad knows through the Lexus dealership.
Okay.
And he's not dumb. I know I said everybody's dumb on some level.
Right.
I don't really think that. I'm just joking, really.
Right.
I mean, I think it.
Yeah.
But I don't mean it.
Right.
I just mean like
Okay.
it's funny and it's like got some level of truth, but not 100%.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
In general.
Anyways, the guy, he's super confident. He's a super nice guy. I really like him.
Yeah.
But like the first couple of things he said, you know, talking to him with a couple of other people, like two other people, you know, a friend of mine that helped me hook up with him to get a job as a car detailer or whatever, you know, just for right now. And
is that your current job?
My current job. I just started last week.
Oh, okay.
And I'm about ready to quit. I thought I was going to be into it, but I'm just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, so one of the first things he said is like, yeah, we're doing, we just went over to online applications. Yeah, man. Get into 20th century.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, my God.
See, like, I was like, actually, it's the 20th. He didn't hear me say it. I actually said that. I was like, actually, it's the 21st century. Just things like that.
Yeah,
like,
just little things.
Super super nice.
Is he just like an airhead?
Airhead? What? Like I've heard that term thrown around a lot. What does that mean exactly?
Like your I don't know.
Full of shit, but you think
I think of airhead as like ditzy.
Not really. Ditzy's a good way, or like you're just like a daydreamy, kind of like.
No, he's not like that. He's not like. You can't hear that on the podcast.
Yeah,
just like
he shook his head side to side.
Yeah, just
like head in the clouds.
Head in the clouds, kind of body language. You know.
Just the basic facts he gets wrong.
Can we add an emoji to this podcast?
Yeah, let's add an emoji. Yeah.
Okay.
It was
emoji, whatever.
Yeah, you said emoji. I've never heard it with
that. I used to say it all the time like that. I still do. I've never said it out loud. I've said it out loud. It's the fourth time in my entire life. I've said emoji out loud.
How did it feel when you said it a different way? Just
emoji or emoji?
Emoji. Yeah.
Emoji.
Did that feel wrong? Since you did it the other way your whole life?
It felt more precise because that's how you said it.
Okay. Gotcha.
So Eric, I have a question. I know you didn't want to like duck.
I have more answers than you probably want.
That's cool. That's awesome. I'm actually kind of really interested in this. You said you kind of mentioned that you not necessarily want this as like a career path, but you're interested in like stand-up comedy and like. So, have you done an open mic, and like, are you considering?
I've never done an open mic.
Okay.
I'm just what's pushing me towards it is I've always loved stand-up comedy since I was like 12, 13 years old.
Oh,
I was getting into like real dirty comedians like Louis C.K. and whatnot, like Louis Black, like right off the bat.
Damn. Yeah. When you were 12,
you know?
Yeah, those are rock stars. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really, you know, and I would listen to everybody. Just I was a nerd about comedy, and
Really? Okay.
I was like, I kind of want to be a comedian, and I never really. And then I got real into music, and I was like, I want to be a musician. Now I'm like,
I was wondering what came first. Okay,
I really kind of at the same time, really,
really,
but like I really, I don't want to say I like one more than the other,
yeah,
but like music kind of took over, so it's kind of like just put everything. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but I did.
Yeah.
Well, and you also don't want to spread yourself too thin, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. So now I have like a splice question. Okay,
splice question.
So this is very interesting. So you're it sounds like you're kind of developing like music right now, but you also have like something that you might be able to develop like a comedy act. There's some like comedians that
I want to be
like do both.
I guess what I want to be is entertainment. You know what I mean? Like show business.
So you want to entertain people.
I've never considered being an actor, but I think it would be really fun, really cool to play a role and be someone you're not.
Yeah.
For, for
cool.
part and whatever, anything really, you know?
But like Adam Sandler like plays the guitar and he has like kind of like comedy songs. Is that I don't know if that's like
I
your
would
thing,
not mixing those things together. I don't mean like that. I wouldn't want to be like does Bo Burnham play guitar? And
is that the guy that does the whole stage act?
I think Dimitri Martin does that actually.
Who's the
Dimitri Martin? He plays guitar.
Yeah. He would probably be the most.
There's a few guys that do that.
Yeah.
You couldn't see yourself doing like a mix like that?
I don't really. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm not a huge fan of. It's kind of like strawberries and chocolate. I don't like fruit and chocolate.
Okay.
I don't like comedy and music really.
I
don't like your
sometimes.
To touch.
So I have a question. What would you? I don't know. So I always bring things up to like public speaking because I always have an issue with it. So I'm always intrigued by this. So would you? What would you be more comfortable with? Would you be more comfortable? Three question here. Would you be most comfortable playing solo music, comedy, stand up, or just acting with like other actors? Like what would you be comfortable with all of those?
I've never tried acting. I've tried playing solo music, which was it was okay.
What?
Comedy I've never done, but I plan on trying it.
Yeah.
Probably gonna look up some open mics, around town and
you should
try it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always
got
had
some
like
stuff.
an interest. It's probably been like on the list of 100 things that I've always wanted to do. Comedy, like stand-up comedy's probably been like right around 75. Like I'm interested in trying it.
75%. Like you want to do it? Or
I think
like,
list
pretty much.
75.
Okay.
Yeah, like on the list of things, it's probably like down to.
You're very
75.
confident and charismatic. You'd probably be
Thank
good.
you.
Which is like you don't have to be to do comedy. In fact, sometimes you do better if you're like the polar opposite.
Deadpan.
Really?
But yeah, like some people like that. But that's good. I'm kind of in the middle, so that might make it hard.
That's what I was wondering.
Maybe.
Like,
I don't know.
Kind of good things of both,
I'm not like super confident, but I'm not super shy.
Okay.
I'm just kind of.
So if you were like giving a speech in front of people, like growing up, it wouldn't drive me insane.
Do it. I don't know. I
Yeah.
tried it.
Okay. I was just curious because
I'll try.
that's like a major like.
Try.
you should try it.
Well, you definitely came on a podcast without really, I don't know, really knowing.
I
us,
didn't.
so.
I just like this could be fun. I'll make some friends. 'Cause I don't have any.
Oh, whatever.
No, I have like a couple.
That's
friends
cool.
And whatnot, and yeah,
Nice.
that's me.
That's awesome, dude. I feel like most people only have like a couple like real friends. You know what I mean? People have a lot of acquaintances, but I don't know about real friends.
I used to have some good friends, but they weren't really good friends. Just when
Did you settle?
You know what's real? You know what? You look at me like that,
What the hell?
but I
don't know what you mean.
did. I didn't think like growing up. I'm getting into deep stuff here, deep territory.
That's
cool.
But I didn't really think like I thought I was different than everybody else.
Yeah.
Like,
How so?
like my parents put me on like ADHD medication.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, I
when
knew
I
a
was
lot of
super young,
people.
just too young to be doped up on ADHD
I
medication.
see.
And I don't know, they kind of made me given the circumstances, I don't remember a whole lot of details. I just didn't think very highly of myself. I thought I was like I didn't think I was like special needs. I just knew I wasn't up to par with everybody else. And I had trouble making friends because I didn't really have a lot of confidence. And then like 7th grade, I met somebody, a dude, and we got on. He was hilarious. He was like the funniest kid. But he was really, really like later, fast forward to like the past like year, just a really dumb person. Just
Oh my god.
like he's gonna be He's gonna be like the 40-year-old who's still living with his parents.
Oh my god, dude!
Still trying to become a rapper.
I relate to that so hard. Minus the rapper thing.
Like
what?
Still trying to be a rapper.
I know exactly what you mean.
He doesn't. He like. I kind of had to let go of some people like that.
Yeah.
Some people who just weren't going anywhere. Some people who were just not very. They weren't terrible people. They just weren't good. They weren't growing up.
Oh wow.
And really maturing like I was. And I don't want to seem like I'm better than everybody.
Right.
I'm so
No,
mature.
I understand.
But at the same time, you don't want to keep those anchors around,
right?
Because
you know what I mean.
I totally.
And it's sad because they're had good times with those people.
Yeah,
I did. I don't I don't look back and think, wow, what a shitty time. All that whole time. No, because I was friends with them for a long time. But you kind of just got to let those people go. So if you're like, smart. It took me way too long to realize it. It was really hard to do it too, you know, because it was so long. So if you're listening and like you have friends that you're like kind of on the fence about, it might just be time to like pull up the Band-Aid, you know?
Yeah. Like you grew in
it's hard,
different directions.
and it sucks, especially because I did that with a lot of people. So I don't really I have like 2 friends, and one of them does like never is so busy. He's so many friends, never has time. Yeah. But you know, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I'm not like super unhappy. I'm kind of a loner. I kind of like being alone.
I definitely feel
loners need friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. 100%.
I spend a lot of time alone, but I still want friends. I don't need a bungload of friends.
Yeah, just like a couple people to hang out with.
I don't need a carton or a ship of drums. I don't need a cattle car of human friends.
Right.
I don't need a silo of
These
friends.
are very obscure things to put things in.
This is an egg carton
I don't
of
need
friends.
a briefcase of friends.
I just want an egg carton of friends.
You only want like
a baker's dozen.
Just a couple. I see what you.
An Anthony's dozen.
An Anthony's dozen? Are you a baker?
I don't. I'm following you because I love hanging out with people, but I love my me time, my own.
You
like,
mentioned biking and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do that a lot alone.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
That's good. I used to go on the bike trail
in
Loveland and
awesome.
Bike alone, walk alone, whatever. Put in headphones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With people sometimes, most of the time without. You know.
Yeah.
Explore nature. You know.
Yeah, I find I get in a groove and I just start like if I'm not like listening to a podcast, because sometimes I'll do that while I exercise, but sometimes I'll just listen to nothing and like my mind will just wander or just like it's kind of like a reset. Kind
you can
of
really
cleanse.
think. You can really think when you're with people all the time. You're outside of yourself more than you're inside of yourself. And
that's very.
You
well
need
said.
to find a good balance, and if you don't have a good balance, being outside of yourself for too long, you kind of lose touch with yourself. Being inside of yourself for too long, you kind of lose touch with reality, like the outside world.
Dude, you're speaking to me.
To be honest,
right
is kind of happening to me.
That you're inside of yourself too much?
It's dark in here, guys. Help me, pull me out.
Well, that's
and then like all my like negative friends are like, if it, I was trying to remember that movie. If it rubs the lotion on its skin,
it gets the hose again.
I'm down in the fucking well or whatever.
Yeah, really.
I'm a well of myself.
Well, we could be that creepy guy.
All right, I'm like
to pull you out. No,
No, that's actually you summarized that, and because I feel the same way. How you said if you're outside of yourself for too long or inside of yourself for too long. And that's a very concise way of putting something that I've tried to kind of summarize for my whole entire life, really. Because I feel the exact same way. Because it's like I feel like the way I've kind of always described it is being
how
around.
How else can you look at it?
Right. Well, being around
make
people.
Sense any other way?
Yeah.
I mean, the way I've kind of thought about it is being around people, no matter if I'm having fun or if I'm not having fun, it doesn't matter. Like it drains a certain amount of energy, so I need to retract back and just kind of be by myself for a while to regain, to like fill the battery again, so I can be around people again.
100%.
A lot of people say that. One thing I wanted to say about being around people all the time. Okay, so I know what people probably don't want me to go there, but Donald Trump.
That's okay.
That's all right. We're cool.
All right. So here's someone who's always, or he's never really alone. He probably, at this point, he probably can't be alone with his own thoughts. It's probably very scary for someone like that. He's probably, so he's around whoever. I don't know if he has butlers, probably.
Yeah.
Probably has people that...
Secret Service.
He's always around. She's someone, his wife. You know, it's hard to... When he never gets to be alone, so he's just out of touch with himself. And he has been for so long, even before president. You know, out of touch with himself. He doesn't know who he is. He is literally just whoever
he needs to be, or something.
He needs to be in the circumstance.
It does seem like that. It seems like he's fueled on like other people's opinions.
Exactly. That's pretty much how it is. He's fueled on the positive feedback.
Yeah.
He does not accept anything but positive feedback.
That is 100% true.
And then he has like a hissy fit if he doesn't get it.
Yeah.
He
doesn't know how to respond or lies. You know.
Well, just look at his Twitter.
That's someone who is just around people too much. He has no self-reflection. You know, doesn't think about himself critically. Doesn't change. Doesn't correct his mistakes. I mean, those are symptoms of sociopaths, right? Right? Or psychopaths, one or the other.
Some people think to reach the presidency, you almost have to be like a sociopath.
Yeah, I mean, really, not all of them. I don't think Obama was either of those. I don't think so.
He seemed pretty even keeled. Yeah.
He was very even keeled. I don't, like any other president, nobody really is. I mean, unless you're stupid again, like nobody's super for the president.
Right,
I wasn't stupid for Obama, but he was tolerable.
Right.
People. He's not making the world like hate us. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's also the contrast. So we went from Obama to so we went from like an even keeled.
I don't want to get too much into
tone.
politics.
Right,
I just meant an example of someone who is just always outside of themselves, never inside, and at this point probably too afraid to go inside. So scared that he just never will.
Yeah.
Because if he did, it would probably kill him. I mean, someone who's done what he does. Yeah, he's too old to anyways.
It's too late.
He's set in his ways. People that get that old, they're set in their ways. That's why they're so hard to sway older people's opinions.
Yeah,
because they're set.
Yeah.
They're done. They're done talking and making arguments. They don't want to argue. They just know what they know, and they're gonna do what they do, and they don't care what you think, whether they're right or wrong.
A lot of old people, right? Not everyone.
Not everyone. No, there's smart old people.
Yeah.
But when you get older, it's hard. You have less energy to
go out
think
there
logically and critically.
Yeah.
Like when I get old, I can see it now. I'm just gonna be like, I don't care.
You can always
like, I'm gonna do this. I think this. You can't. Don't talk to me about other opinions. You know.
I see what you mean. Well, yeah.
So you're saying being too into yourself could be a bad thing. Do you like find yourself getting that way by living? I think you mentioned that you live on your own.
Yeah.
So you don't have a roommate.
I live alone. No roommate.
Would you ever consider like having a roommate, or are you kind of like cool with just?
Yeah, I'd like to save some money and have a roommate as well as not be. I have one roommate, but he's an asshole. He's also a cat.
I was gonna say. I was like, wait a minute.
So
that makes sense.
The litter box is in the spare bedroom.
So the cat's got his own room,
right?
He only uses it to shit. Sometimes hops on the bed. There's a bed there.
That's nice.
That's cool.
The cat's living it up.
He can't. I don't let him sleep in my room.
He'd be very offended if there's another roommate in the future, because he's like, this is my room.
Oh yeah, your cat might become even more of an asshole.
Not really. He might, because the thing. Sorry.
Yeah, that's.
I'm such a fidgety.
No, that's all right.
I'm playing with.
You don't have a fidget spinners. That's good. But so this I moved out like October, so over 6 months ago.
Yeah. And
the reason why I asked is just because this is my first time living by myself. That I had realized.
So you don't have a roommate?
No, I don't have a roommate or an asshole cat.
No. Do you plan on getting like a dog or anything, or do you not?
That's
really
so my apartment can't have dogs, but we can have cats.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. I'm kind of more. I want to be able to like in a spring, like spare the moment, just you can do that with a cat.
Fewer responsibilities.
But fewer like things tying me down to my apartment so I can be gone like 2 weeks. But that's kind of like not the biggest thing. But I've always wondered what it would be like living on my own, because I think my mom told me, she's like, this is the first time you'll ever be on, your own. Because in college,
when did you first get on your own? How old were you?
I was 33.
Last year.
Yeah.
Did you live with roommates before that?
Oh yeah. So I've been off and on tons of apartments in college and things like that.
You're there. You made it. So you should be proud of yourself, man.
Oh, thank you.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
Yeah. Oh, with your house that you're in?
Well, okay. So the thing is my dad he's a businessman.
Okay.
So he just knows a ton of people.
That's good.
And in real estate. So he knew a guy in real estate who had his house. So got a good deal,
Yeah. No,
your
that's
cool.
dad should come on the podcast.
Just a little bit. He might actually like that. He doesn't live in the state, but do it via whatever.
Via Skype or something?
Yeah, something like that.
That'd be cool. We're cordially inviting Eric's dad to the podcast.
Yeah, right.
He'd like to. Yeah, maybe.
So the reason why I kind of asked that, because this last winter I was kind of like, I didn't really get bummed, but I was just like, it'd be nice to, sometimes it's not nice, fun to having a roommate, because you're like, the dishes, or da da da.
Right, yeah.
But
another
like,
person to deal with.
Right. But then like over winter, it's like, oh, we could like both like bitch about this that's on TV, or, go out and do this real quick. Mm-hmm. So now I'm like, so kind of this Reddit thing, how I'm like inviting people on Reddit. I'm also trying to like start like bike things, like meetups. So now I wouldn't say, because I have, I have a decent amount of friends, and I hang out with them. But I'm finding like I just want like spur of the moment type friends. So I don't know.
And it's hard to get people to come downtown.
Right. So I'm like kind of like on my own little island, and I knew that going into it.
Do you know anybody downtown?
So I know someone that lives across the river, Patrick. Whoop whoop, brought up Patrick. But so I know someone kind of close, but it's like, I don't know. I just don't want to keep like berating one person. Like, let's go. So, and I just want to meet new people, which is also like kind of why I did the Reddit thing, because it's like, oh, that'll be new guests. Yeah.
People outside of your circle.
Right, yeah.
People,
So I think I'm just ready to like meet new people.
Yeah.
So do you ever find yourself like wanting to like join new subgroups, or?
Yes and no. Like, define a subgroup. Like, what do you mean?
Like something you're mutually interested in, like
a
biking.
Club?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Like, not
really, because you kind of reached out to us when you saw my like invite. So I was like,
but this isn't necessarily a club. It's
that's
just
true.
Like a thing you do. And
I'm just wondering.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like, I guess this way, this is a cool way to meet people.
Just by doing things in general.
I thought about doing a Reddit meetup, but I was like,
oh yeah, there is one in June.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to it.
You should totally go to it.
Yeah, you should totally go. I'll be there. Anyways, maybe. I think that it's at like a bar in Northern Kentucky, and you have to bring food.
That's not a thing. That's like, because Reddit's cool, but like I'm not a
like diehard.
I
Reddit.
wouldn't say I'm a Redditor.
Yeah.
I don't really. I post every now and again, and I never follow the rules, so they always get deleted.
Oh yeah.
But like, I just kind of peruse, just kind of look around sometimes.
Well, it sounds like, because I was reading some of the Cincinnati meetup people, it's just like Cincinnati people, and like, oh yeah, that looks cool,
Yeah, it's just a way to meet people. So yeah, I guess that could be fun, but also it's like I wouldn't be able to talk about Reddit that much, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like people that live in Cincinnati. So.
Right. I probably won't even bring up Reddit, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know how those things go.
I don't either, honestly. I've never done one.
Well, I think you should go. No, I'm just kidding.
I might.
I just want to go to
mingle. I'm not
mingle.
doing anything that particular day.
Yeah. I mean, someone even on the Cincinnati subreddit mentioned bike polo. So there's like all sorts of things. Like, I didn't even know. Bike polo. So I had to Google it. Like,
it sounds extremely dangerous.
Yeah. So you're on a bike and you actually have a polo stick. Like, apparently it's like across the country. And there's apparently one in Cincinnati, like a club. And now it's like in kind of like indoor soccer, but they have like a concrete where the indoor soccer lines are just painted on the concrete.
I want to do a bike polo.
I know. It sounds fun. I don't know which bike it is.
Actually.
Yeah, and it's basically like them in low gear, just barely going fast.
Riding a bike.
And you hit the ball into the goal.
It sounds kind of awesome.
So it's like, instead of being on a horse, you're on a bike.
But like when the ball drops and you can't, like, you got to get off your bike.
No, it's just always on the ground, so you just hit it with your stick.
Oh, so it's kind of like hockey, but on bikes. It's more like hockey in that
and
case.
You have a mallet, and you just kind of hit it. And it looks like it's kind of funny because people hit each other.
You could make so many sports interesting by adding a bike. What about bike dodgeball?
Oh my god,
bike dodgeball would be awesome.
Bike dodgeball, bike rugby.
Right.
I like bike dodgeball if only one side is on a bike. Like,
and you were throwing the ball.
Yes.
And you were throwing the ball.
And you had to hit
Attackers
the
and
moving
defenders.
targets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think on that note, we're at the limit here.
Yep.
But yeah, those are all good ideas for the
I love it.
the biking thing.
Loves it.
But yeah, so thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the music on this awesome podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Eric.
Do you remember the Facebook group?
No, of course not.
Facebook group, facebook.com/group/P-Funk and Fro. You can find new episodes every Friday on iTunes and Android podcast services. This has been episode 54. Once again, this has been Eric Stockler. Eric Stockler.
You gotta learn the name before.
Yeah.
I stumbled through your name.
Yeah. I can't even exit this out.
And until next time, folks, we'll see you later.
Later.
Goodbye, sirs and ma'ams. Garbage. You're gonna be a garbage man for the rest of your life. You're gonna bag garbage for a living.
Let me ask you a question. Are you Jewish?
How'd you know? I mean, I don't practice the religion, but I was born into a Jewish family.
Was it the voices?
It's because you keep doing this New Jersey like Jew,
but it's because everybody loves that voice. It's hilarious.
It is pretty funny.
Voice. Yeah, everybody laughs at Mort Goldman and like Saul from the Jerky Boys. Like, everybody loves that voice. Like, it's hilarious.
It is a good voice in the right context.
In the right context, yeah.
You can't be like, you're checking out a Kroger and they're like, how's your day? And you're like,
it's very good.
I'm doing very good.
No, just be normal. You know?
My
just when you're making fun of someone who's like very Jewish, or someone who's trying to like,
people
very picky or very like micromanaging. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you gotta do it this way, not that way.
They don't even have to be Jewish. They just like,
they're like about money or something.
I feel like the criteria.
I make fun of Jewish people like all the time.
Is it because that's what is that what you grew up as, a Jew?
No, I mean I make fun of pretty much everything.
Oh, okay.
This is what comedians do.
That's true.
Anyways,
I don't discriminate.
All right, I think I'm gonna call us back in.
All right, cool.